So I got a quick message for my empaths out there, my healers, my helping professionals. So that's educators, that's caretakers, that's counselors, therapists, psychologists, social workers, all of y'all, right? And then my highly sensitive people out there, right? And then my intercessors, my prayer warriors. So all of my helpers that are out there, right? So I'll go first. Hi, my name is Tara, and I am an empath and I am a highly sensitive person, and that's a real thing. About 15 to 20% of the population are highly sensitive, or HSP or SPS, which means that we could be sensitive, right? We're sensitive to loud noises, right? If we watch violence in a movie or a film, it really impacts us on a deep way. So we tend to avoid those things. We don't always look at the news as much either, just because we're more sensitive to taste, touch, sight, sound, all of that kind of stuff. It's a real thing. And I'm an empath as well, right? So, empaths, I know a lot of you guys are empaths. That means that you can emotionally connect and hold space for somebody else. That's why you're a helper. That's why you might be a healer like myself, or an intuitive like myself. You can feel things, sense things, you get dreams, you get all types of stuff. And if that is you, that means that everything happening in the world right now feels like a lot. It feels very intense. You like, what the, right? You could be getting headaches. You can be feeling anxious. You can be getting tense. You could not feel like yourself. You can be having fears coming up. That's not even your fear, but it's coming up for you. So I need you to be able to take care of yourself. And I know I've been trying to process all of this myself because I'm dealing with my own life. I have my own client's life, right? I'm also in grad school and I have to deal with clients and learning in there as well. I have students because I'm also a teacher. And then I have the world. You have a pandemic. You got protests. You got a revolution. So there's so much going on. So if you are in any of those categories that I mentioned, right now you need a lot of self-care, but you need a lot of soul care. So I want to give you three quick tips you can use. The first one is I need you to observe what's going on, hold space for other people, but I need you not to absorb all of that into you. So that's one thing that people do who are empaths or helpers, is that we can really deeply feel connected to other people's experiences. It's a phenomenal gift. That's why we're so good at providing therapy, or we're so good at educating people. We're so good at praying for people and going out and, donating food or feeding the homeless. We're good at that because it's a gift, but sometimes it can be a curse because sometimes we don't know the limits, and then sometimes we absorb other people's experiences and we start to take some of that on. So I need you to feel it, observe it, and then consciously be like, oh, we ain't absorbing that today, because you don't need to take on anybody else's stuff, but you can hold space for people and you can support them, but you got to take care of yourself during this time. Okay. Then the second thing you got to do is every single day you have to let go. Let go. The best way to do that, one of the best ways, there's tons, is get into water. The element of water is for purification, it's for release. So making sure when you take showers or you take baths, I ask you to increase how many baths you take, that you're literally saying, I'm releasing other people's energy. I'm releasing this intensity. Release it, right? Imagine it's being poured down the drain so that you can get clarity and you can come out refreshed and you can come out renewed. You owe that to yourself to let it go. If you need to, go to a park or a pond or a lake and sit and just look at the water. Go out and sit in nature and ground yourself, right? You can literally take and put your feet in the grass. You can literally look up, at the trees and look at the flowers. Look how beautiful they are, right? You want to focus on getting grounded to the things that God created, right? Because again, it's so easy for us to get so wrapped up with frustration and exhaustion and being tired and resentful and mad. And again, sometimes you realize, damn, I took somebody else's anger in. And that happens to me all the time. I'll be like, oh, wow, I feel like this hurts right here. And then I have to think about, I have to, as an empath and a highly sensitive, I have to literally ask myself, okay, Tara, who did you coach in the last week? What did you watch in the last week or the last couple of days? Did you see something to that magnitude there? And normally I can pinpoint it to someone or something I have seen, because instead of me just observing, I've absorbed it. Because since I've been little, this has been a part of who I am, but I didn't understand what it was. So I'm thinking, oh, something wrong with me, right? Or I'll be at that movie theater like, oh, this is a lie. And other people will be like, oh, this is normal for this person to get beaten and stabbed. And I'm like, this is not normal. And it's hard for me to process it, right? And it's not that, it's just because I know myself now, right? And self-awareness is key. So please take care of yourself and let it go. Last but not least, once you have realized, right, what's going on, you've observed it, you understand your role, understand your gifting in this. Because you are a helper, you have a tremendous gift. So that doesn't mean, based on what's happening in the world, that you have to be out on the front lines protesting. That might not be your gift, right? My gift is that I'm a healer and I'm a guide. So I'm going to utilize. So online for me is perfect because of my gifting and my being, right? I'm an introvert by heart, even though I'm an extrovert. I say by trade, by experience. But I'm a healer and I'm a guide. So the way I contribute to the movements or making change, and I already do all that. It's not new. I already coach, I already teach, I already mentor, and I'm obviously training to counsel and to become more effective at how I can support people, especially people in Black and Brown communities, because that's important to me. And that's why I've already stepped up to move in that direction. So everybody's different. Some people, they're going to tell the stories. They're going to be in the media. Some people are going to be creating the meals and the food, just like they did during the civil rights movement. Some people are going to continue to make the mask, right? Make the t-shirts, make the posters. Do what works for you. Take the action that you take that works with you, the gifts that God gave you. But again, make sure you feel it, you observe it, but you don't absorb it. Make sure you let it go. Release it. Get into that water and release it. I also love praying in water as well. It helps me to renew. If you gotta put your head under the water, come out. Whoo! Renewing, baptism. You feel me? And then lastly, take action in the way that works best for you. Don't let nobody shame you into, oh, you participated in that. Or, oh, you did. Do what works for you. We need everybody's gifts. That's how we come together to support everybody in a shared vision and mission moving forward.